Welcome to Horse Racing Today for Del Mar. And let me tell you, brother, we're going to give you some great picks today out in Southern California. Boy, I tell you, Terry, my generation taking it on the chin with some of the 80s top pop culture stars heading to their graves this week with Ozzy Osbourne. And now like the guy who basically made the $1 billion WWE, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but you know what? They're closer to my generation than yours.
Well, age-wise, yes, but
yeah,
I mean,
age-wise, yeah.
When we grew up watching them, they were probably you were probably like, "Ooh, who is that Ozzy Osbourne guy over there biting off bats?"
I thought he was crazy.
We're my generation. We were talking about at the lunch table and like, "Ooh," and then of course the stories, the folklore, and all that kind of grew. But clearly, two families, they were celebrities unknown to us, but clearly, had families and stuff. And, our condolences go out to their families and, of course, to the families of everybody we don't know who right now are in pain because of the loss of a loved one.
Yep.
All right, Terry, enough of the, I don't know what you want to call it, sad news. Let's talk about some good news today, some free picks today, a guaranteed tip sheet. Today's free picks, they include, who do they include today? Evangeline Downs this evening.
Yeah.
So we usually have a good time at that track. Usually some nice payouts there. So make sure you take advantage of that. There are a link to the smart sheets in the description on YouTube. We'll be talking about them in a moment. You can only get them here. And I'll be working on something regarding smart sheets as soon as we hang up Del Mar picks today. So hopefully I'll have some good news to share when we get back together on Monday. There's also a link to the description on how to use them. And when the show is over, I know it's a bit before the Del Mar race gets started, you'll be able to come back and catch all of our commentary here as well as a race replay. Just note, we don't have any scratches yet. So our picks are as is, but we do have an alternative. We'll talk about that as we go on. So let's just go through this race card today, Terry. No real big rush, but still want to get it done in timely fashion.
Okay, and actually there are some scratches just came in, but we can talk about that later. But
right.
In this first race, it's a 5 furlong on the turf. It's a maiden race, $80,000 purse for maidens, fillies, and mares 3-year-olds and upward.
All right, well, let's talk about the profile of a winner for the 5 furlong turf race. I think there's 3 of them today that are that distance, but Stalkers do great. Still 28% of one on the lead. There's a rail bonus for American Miss. 2 through 7 play fairish, 8 and out. Have not been so good. In race number 1, Terry, where speed matters, where do you find it?
Well, as you can see, it's a really who knows race. The 12, though, has the most speed at 31%, but just depends on who gets the best break.
All right, well, speaking of the scratches, the one horse is out of this race there, Terry. I was going to talk about first-time starter. Well, there you go. First-time starter right here with a 3-point out of 3-point skill. Although there are quite a few in here that have hit par. That's usually the barometer I'm looking at. And there, Terry, most of these horses want to be middle back or have not finished within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. I just mentioned that one's crossed off, as is everything from 10 and out. So no 10, no 11, no 12. Terry, I mean, that changes a lot of things in here for sure, at least for me. So, anyway, while you do that, you make your picks.
Okay, well, here we go. I like in this first race, I like the 7.
Let me get in the right. There we go.
Big pardon?
I'm just getting to the right page, so go ahead.
Okay, 7. She finished third versus similar to last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 18% of the sprint races. He has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Number 2, Sunglow is my second choice, ran 4th in her last race as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 27% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite to race again. And she has a high percentage winning jockey as well. Judicious, the 9, is my third choice. She ran second versus similar in her last race. She has the highest last speed rating. She has a good workout, 4 furlongs on July 19th, and a high percentage winning trainer. Royally Frosted, the 6, is a first-time starter whose breeding suits today's sprint distance, and she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 60% of the races with first-time starters. She's my long shot. No bets for me here.
All right. Well, oh yeah, the one horse got scratched out. Hold on. So I got to go 2, 5, 9. And then after that, I have the 11 scratch too. I'm going to go with the 3 horse, Mr. Terry. So this is all mixed up for me for sure. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on, because then I screw something up in the way things operate here. 3 goes there. Bang! Now 3 should pop there. All right, this should be lots of problems to get started. Thank you for the scratches right on time, California. Couldn't expect it any other way for sure. All right, so I am going to start off with the 2 horse in that regard. The 2 horse is Sunglow. The back class is there, but that horse will have to rebound for sure. The 5 horse is a first timer, does have a great workout on July 28th at Santa Anita. Number 9, Judicious. Well, since the 10 is not running, we got Mr. D'Amato and Ruspoli on turf. And one time I left Umberto and Mr. Phil D'Amato off of my picks in a turf race. And in doing so, I got a negative commentary from a follower saying, "Come on, man. Everybody knows you play D'Amato and Ruspoli on turf." There you go, Terry. So I'm changing my trifecta box to 1, 2, 5, and 10. And that's my Hulk Hogan, in case you didn't know. Probably pretty bad, but I think everybody got it. Lauren, how are you today? Did you say 3 or 6, Terry? You said the 3, right?
I said the 3, yeah.
No, I think you did say the 6, Royal Frosted. So I think
yeah,
right
I did, but for some reason I had left it in there. I
think the 6 is running though.
Well, that's right. I do want the 6. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'll change it back.
You're going to change it back. So he's got the 6. I got the 3 in there is my final selection as well. All right, Terry, that's a yes horse, by the way, with a pretty high par plus. Should be forward in there too. In any case, this should be a fun show now with all these scratches. Let's see if how that plays along. So let's go about race number 2, Terry.
All right. So in race 2, you're going to see we're going to stretch out a little bit. We're going to go to a mile, and it's a claiming race. $25,000 claiming price, first $31,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
All right. So race number 2. Before we go forward, let's see. There are no scratches. Yippee, yippee, yay, yay, in the words of another celebrity suffering, Bruce Willis. All right. So 1 mile on the main track there in you've been to Del Mar. I haven't been there. I heard it's beautiful. Terry, is it beautiful?
Yeah, it is.
Early speed wins 28% of the time. It goes wire to wire. The rail for Mighty Kai is fair. 2 and 3 play best. 4 through 7 is rough. 8 and out get a discount. So a little bit of early speed, Terry, in the second race, and a lot of it on the inside indeed.
That's right. But the 3 has the most speed. If it has no trouble getting out of that gate, should get the quarter pole first.
All right. And then we see also the 3 are part of that early pace in there on the early pace figures. A couple of them in here showing some good improvement. The 1, the 2, they had some better early pace, better fractions. We see in there, Terry, looks like maybe we have a decent overlay in here, but pretty well bet.
Yeah. The 5 has a small overlay, as you can see, but the 1, I think that's it. Yeah, the 4 or the 5. The 4 goes from 4 to 1 to 5 to 1, and the 5 is 8 to 5 to 2 to 1.
Yeah, our race shape. Everybody wants to be middle back, so getting forward could be a big key. C-Zone Terry takes a look at today's race setup and how it might compare to their best performances. Looks like 3 horses with a great chance to get a trip that could give them a winning effort.
Yeah, there's the 1, 4, and 6 are above 50% threshold that we like to see, so they should be feeling pretty comfortable in this race.
Yeah, everybody but the 3 is dropping in class. The 3 moving up in class, Terry. 3's got a good jockey, should be able to handle it, but it looks like there might be a better choice.
Yeah, actually the best jockey in here, according to what I see, is the 1, and then the 6 has the best trainer, and I think the 6 is the best trainer jockey combination.
Either that or the 3, Rhino. We do see Mighty Kai does have a last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. Over here, though, we see the 5 has a top total pace of 5 points, a little more than that. 5 points equals 1 length. So if you add the early pace and the late pace together, our top 4 picks are the 5, the 3, the 6, and the 2. A lot of winners coming out of that group, Terry. A lot of winners come from your group. Fortunately, we don't have to change the early part of our pick 4, but we might have to change some later parts. What do you have so far?
I like the one. Mighty Kai ran second in his last race, has the highest last speed rating. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then Bad to the Bones, the 5, drops in class today, can improve while returning to dirt. He has a high percentage winning jockey. Second choice. Third choice is 2, Malibu Rocks. He ran second in his last race. His highest speed figure is the best at today's distance. He has the best speed, dirt speed among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Excel Calculator, the 4 is my long shot. Finishing the money in 2 races out of 4 starts this year. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races, would bring him back horse after being off 46 to 90 days. And he has a high percentage winning jockey. My very first, Don Johnson, Miami Vice pick 4, 1, 2, 4, 5 with the 1, 2, 5, 7 with the 2, 3 with the 1, 5, 9 $48 ticket.
All right. So looks to me like I don't have to worry much, neither do you, about our first pick 4. It doesn't look like any of those horses have scratched yet that we have. I'm going to go with Mighty Kai, top pick, top last race, speed figure 3 points better than everybody else. Maybe some upside in just a third try on fast dirt. Number 5, Bad to the Bones. The George Thorogood horse is our simulation favorite. Top total pace by a length. Might need a race though, because that first off the bench record is shaky. One More Story comes in from Churchill Downs, does have some early speed. A lot of times those horses pick up speed when they go west. And then Excel Calculator, something I use a lot of. Decent Works, the only time the horse won when it came off the bench like today. My pick 4 is going to go 1, 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 and 9 on the back end. Race 3 is next for us, Terry. It doesn't look like there's any significant scratches in this one, so we should be able to do our work and do so with hopes that nothing changes.
Yeah, it's a 6 furlong race. It's a maiden claiming race, $20,000 claiming price, $30,000 purse for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yeah, 6 furlongs. There's a bunch of these today too. So early speed, half of the winners actually get the first call and then get the final call on the lead. Small rail bonus for last call, Paul. 2 through 7 get a discount. 8 and out's really the best place to be. So in the third spot, Terry, if we find one Buffalo Girl on the outside, you might find yourself a winner. And it looks like some of the speed is maybe middle out.
No, it's really actually in the middle of the pack. So the 5 shows the most speed, I think, here.
Yes, also you see the 2, the 6, they're all right in there at the early pace as well. Interestingly here, Terry, nobody has hit par yet. A couple have come close, and it looks like only one with a chance today.
Yeah, the 7 shows the only percentage or chance that it would hit the speed par number for today's race.
Yeah, so when you see that, a bunch of no's and a maybe in a horse race where they're looking for the first win, you got to look at the first-time starters. Anybody that's got a point to score of 2.5 out of 3 should merit some attention. The Street Comic not getting any love from the morning line maker. Maybe that'll change. Race shape can make a difference. You got 2 that want to be forward, 2 that close, the 3, 4, and 6 not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line so far. And the 8 horse being that first-time starter. Terry, the 5 has speed. 5 also has something we like to see when you have speed.
That's right. He has a really good number in the C zone. And so this horse can be very comfortable running this race, and also has the best jockey, as you can see, with the 7 having the best trainer. And I think the 7 is the best jockey trainer combination, according to the data.
Yeah, last call, Paul, a 4-point last race speed figure edge over the rest of the experienced horses. Terry, I think you can go a lot of different ways with this one. Which way did you go?
Okay, well, I like in this race, last call, Paul, the 1. He finished 3rd in his last race. He has the highest speed figure, best dirt speed of today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 26% of the races when dropping a horse down 2+ classes, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the 2 is my second choice, has finished in the money in 2 races out of 3 starts, drops in class. As a trainer, wins 18% of the maiden claiming races. He has a horse running in. And then number 5, my third choice, has a high percentage winner who wins 36% of the races when dropping a horse down 2+ classes and switches the high percentage winning jockey. The long shot is a 7. He tried turf in his last 2 races without much success. Now returns to the dirt, where he finished second in his debut race, and he has a trainer who wins 28% of the races with a horse in the first start with his trainer, and he has a nice bullet workout on July 17th at 4 furlongs. No additional bets for me.
All right, so I'm going to start off in this race with that 8-horse, Mr. Terry. Is one that you have to put at the top of your ticket because everybody's got to know. Big morning line price, I get it, 20-1, but all no's and a few maybes. And with that in mind, I'm going with the 2.63 out of 3-point first-time starter and hope to hit at a price. Last call, Paul. Did of the experienced horses have the top last race speed figure? 4 points better than everybody else. Top total pace. Grades out as the best bet, too, in my grading system, but he's run 24 times. You know how many he's won? 0.
Yep.
Listen up. Chance. Speed and fade in the first up. Should have more stamina in round 2 off the sidelines. And then finally, Hep, cut down the nets. Potential pace setter, where 50% of the horses go wire to wire. Just on that alone, you have to consider. So I'm going to do a 50-cent trifecta box again, 1258. I'm going to put a 5 spot on that 8 at a big price to come home as the winner. So if it does, it'll pay for my $100 budget. All right, Terry, race 4. I think once again, we're not disturbed by scratches. So go ahead and take away the conditions.
We do have one scratch. The 9 horses scratched in the 4th race. Okay, it's a 5 furlong turf, optional claiming, $20,000 claiming price. Purse is $81,000 for California bred, California sired 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won $21,000 once other than a maiden claiming starter, or which have never won 2 races, or claiming price at $20,000.
Yeah, and at 5 furlongs on the grass to come home a winner. Usually the horses are stalkers, but still a little bit more than 1 out of 4 win on the lead. There's a rail bonus for Potito. 2 through 7 are fairish. 8 and out, not so good. So Terry, inside stalking speed, good way to find your way to the winner's circle. And it looks like we have one on the inside.
We do. That 2 shows the most speed, although there's a few of them that are pretty close to the data that 2 has. But the 2 probably get that quarter pole first.
I agree. He's also atop of the early pace. You see a lot of the same numbers up in here. Could be pretty contentious at the start. The 2 is also one of 2, Terry, that have proven they can hit 92 on the speed gun.
Yep, that's right. The 2 and the 5 have both hit equaled or exceeded the speed part number for this race. And then they also have a really good chance to do it today, along with some other ones.
Yes, they do indeed. So we see here that the top one is the 4-horse Tiger in My Tank, also our simulation favorite. Down here, and most of these horses want to be middle forward, so it's a blob race. So maybe with a little bit late speed could help out. It looks like the 2 and 5 will be coming at the end. 2, 3, 4, and 5 are our top total pace horses, Terry. But looks like one that didn't make that list has a great jockey trainer combination.
That's right. You can see there that 8 has the best jockey and best trainer, so it should do really well.
Yeah, in that race, maybe they put him in the right spot. Do you have the 8 in your picks here in race number 4?
I do, but only at the end there. I have actually start with the 3, Piper's Causeway. Finished in the money in 7 races out of the last 10 starts, winning 3 of those. Can improve at the shorter distance, has a high percentage winning trainer, and a nice bullet workout. July 17th at 4 furlongs. Regal Patriot, the 2, has won 2 races out of the last 3 starts. And his best turf speed is fastest among today's starters, and the shorter distance will help. And then the 5, my third choice, finished in the money in 2 races out of the last 4 starts, winning 1 of the races. As a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the races in the first race after claiming a horse, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. 8 is Where's the Loot, my long shot. He has finished in the money in 6 races out of 12 career starts, and he won 4 of those, and he switches to high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I agree with you. The 3 horse is the one to take out here. Piper's Causeway definitely should be forward. Strong workouts getting set to go today. Regal Patriot is that top total pace horse by more than a length and a half. But it looks like our friend from Parks, Ruben Silvera, having a difficult time figuring out how to find the winner's circle in California. Tiger in My Tank. That one is the 4-horse. Long shot for me. Simulation favorite, big overlay. Top par plus horse in our picks, as well as the better early pace last out. Nice price there, too. And then Supernal, the 5-horse, the other yes horse in the field, along with that 2-horse. The lone class dropper, but this guy hasn't found the winner's circle at Del Mar either in 3 tries. 2, 3, 4, 5 is my trifecta box. Race 5, Terry, is the race of death because it ends the first pick 4 and starts the second pick 4. Terry, what is the race of death's price of entry?
Okay, well, we're going to go at 6 furlongs. It's an allowance race, $6,250, first 23,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $6,250 or less in 2025, and which have not won a race in 2025.
Yeah, 6 furlongs. I think this is what the second or third one at 6 furlongs. Early speed, half of them win on the lead. Small rail bonus for the key is Unity. 2 and 3, 2 through 7 are discounted. 8 now it's the best place to be. So give me a rail horse, Terry, in race number 5, or give me one on the outside with speed, and let me know what you see.
Well, you can see there the 2 does have plenty of speed, but so does the 7 and the 10 and the 9. So I think it's a who knows race. It just depends on who gets the best break, who feels like running today, and who has the best decision by the jockey.
Yep, that is indeed the case. So we see a couple things here. Hello, Uncle, 5 points. Last race speed figure. Again, Andrew Beyer says anytime it's 3 or more, pay attention. Simulation favorite, top total pace horse, Terry. Also a group, big group in here, Terry, that have hit par.
Yeah, all of them show that they've done in the past equaled or exceeded the speed par number for this race, except for the 4 and the 7. But the 7 is a maybe, came within 5 points of that. And today, it looks like, the 5 and 8, 9, 10, and also the 1, they all have a pretty good chance to do it today, with the 5 being the highest.
And then you're also looking at in this race, Terry, something that I've been noticing as I go back and look through the data at the end of the day, C-zone. I've noticed that when a lot of horses are in the yes column, the C-zone plays a much bigger factor when they all have shown that they can get to the winner's circle. We see 2 standout C-zone horses here.
That's right. That 4 and that 5 are above 50% threshold that we like to see. So they're going to be, I think, very comfortable running this race with today's conditions.
A lot of good jockeys, a lot of good traders in here, Terry. Anyone that you identify as your top choice?
Well, I like the 1 as the best jockey. I like the 10 as the best trainer, but I like the 1 as the best trainer-jockey combination. Although, as you said, there's several in here that could beat that criteria.
So you got the 5, the 7, the 8, and the 9 as your top 4 total pace horses. 3 right on that doorstep. Who makes your final call?
Well, I like the 5, Halo Uncle. He ran second in his last race, has the highest last speed rating, and he has high percentage winning trainer. The key is the Unity. The 1, he ran third in his last race. He has the best dirt speed among today's starters, and a bullet workout on July 13th. Havoc, the 9, is my third choice, ran second in his last race as a favorite, but his trainer wins 26% of the races when bringing this beaten favorite back to race again. He has an early running speed style, which will help his chances. So the shorter distance can help. And he has a highest speed figure at today's distance. Blue Cheese Olive, the 2, is my long shot, ran second his last race and likes the distance. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4. I'm going to use a 1, 2, 5, 9 with the 4, 7 with the 1, 2 with the 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, $48 ticket, I believe.
Yes, I'm going to go with the 5 horses. My top choice, too. Hello, Uncle. Reminds me of the young lady at Dunkin' Donuts. She says hello. She always says hello. Top last race speed figure, 5 points better than everybody else. Top total pace, top par plus. Del Mar, 2 races, 1 win, 1 second. Havoc. My grandmother used to say hello, too. It's probably why I find it comforting. Cut back in distance should help Havoc. 2 solid workouts between races. Number 1, the key is unity. Blistering work there, Terry, at Los Alaminos, 4 furlongs in 46.3 seconds. But I'm not really sure what that means at Los Al because I see a lot of fast workouts there. So that might just be normal for that track. And then the 8-horse Bobby's Alibi. Better 5 ways. And what I mean by that is if you look down here, Bobby's Alibi across the board. Better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better early fractions, and is your lone class dropper. 3 furlong workout between races to get off to a better start in the classic third start after a layoff. I'm going to do a 1-5-9. Probably going to regret not sticking the 8 in there. 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2, 5, and then 2, 3, 11, 12. That's my pick 4. And then I'm going to put 16 of my $100 budget to win right here on the 5-horse. Before we go off to the next race, Terry, tell us all about how you're going to join us next week on Monday for Ellis. I have no idea what we'll do. Tuesday, Wednesday will be Saratoga for sure. Maybe Del Mar or Saratoga for Thursday. And then we'll be back to Foreign Friday next week. To make sure you catch all that, what do you do?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell so that you're notified about all the different programs about 30 minutes before they start. And then go ahead and copy the link below, share it with everybody you know. Go to our social sites such as TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, X, and Facebook at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. Keep the comments coming, and if you got any picks, we'd like to see them. I haven't seen any picks today, but if you got any, let's take a look at them.
Could be because we're a little bit earlier than post time today.
Yeah.
Later on today at roughly 8 p.m. Eastern, make sure you head on over to A Kiss for Luck, the YouTube channel over there. You see it right there on the screen. It's A Kiss for Luck at A Kiss for Luck. That is the YouTube channel. I'll be on with Char Philly, her husband, and we'll be discussing some East Coast racing. I'm not even quite sure what we'll be talking about. I got to get some picks ready, I guess, for Saratoga. So tune in for that. That'll be a lot of fun. If you haven't gone over there to subscribe, do so. We'd appreciate it. See me over there live. Again, if not once a day, it's not too much anyway. All right, Terry. Race 6, 7, and 8. That's what's left. I mentioned there's a few at 5 furlongs on the grass. This is one of them.
Yeah, and that's right. The 6th race is 5 furlongs turf. It's an optional claiming race of $20,000, purse $81,000 for California bred or California sired 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won $21,000 other than a maiden claiming starter, or which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price at $20,000.
We could do Horseshoe Tuesday. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing. A lot of people like horseshoe, so we can do that. It's always good to have a little bit of luck. 6 furlongs on that turf course. Again, on the 5 furlongs.
Yeah.
Come on, Rich, read your own handwriting and read right there in black, bold, highlighted by yourself. 28% of the time, horses go wire to wire. Being middle forward is the great way to go. Katamazoo. There you go. Catman-Sue. Isn't that like a Bob Seger song, right? 2 through 7, Farish, 8 and out. That's not so good, Terry. It is good to have some early speed in the 6th race, and it looks like we got a burner. Catch me if you can type today.
That's the 7, but you were saying, that outside doesn't do very well, but let's hope that the 7 does this time. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe it has a good shot to go in there for sure. Don't see a whole lot of improvement here last time out. Everybody rising up in class. My pen has now been somehow offset. I love that. No horse so far sit par, Terry. Looks like a couple of them, at least one, has a really good chance to do it today.
Yeah, the 6 horse actually came really close last time, and it's got a 45% chance to either equal or exceed the speed par number for this race. The 9 and the 10 are a scratch in this race.
Yes, no hot box, no last call London. So you got to take those out of the picture. So you take a little more speed out of the picture there, Terry. You take the simulation favorite out of the picture. You don't take out that 6 horse with the biggest in-race advantage of almost 2.25 lengths early speed. Also has more than a 2.5 length total pace edge. That big par plus, Terry. Where does he show on the C-zone?
Well, on the C zones, you can see they all have some kind of C zone numbers, but that 6 has the highest at 80.78%. Very comfortable in the race, followed by that 2.
Yeah, you also see the 6 highest average race is better than the best race for everybody else. Boy, based upon a lot of that information, Terry, it looks like the 6 horse in race 6. That's got to be a cryptic code. It's the horse to beat.
That's right. He's got the best trainer and jockey as well. But I'm going to go with the 7 in this race. And Case Hit, he has finished in the money in 2 races out of his 2 career race starts, winning one of the races. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and they added Lasix. Sir Rocket, the 4, finished 3rd versus similar in his last race. He's trained by Neil Drysdale, and he has high percentage winning jockey Mike Smith. Then I like the 1 as my 3rd choice. Has finished in the money in 4 races out of his 8 career starts. He won one of those, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Belly Up, the 8, finished 3rd versus in his last race. May improve at the shorter distance. Has a high percentage winning trainer. He's my long shot. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, I have to go with that 6 horse. Top Stitch is my top pick in race number 6. Has that biggest in-race edge, 2 lengths late speed, top total pace, 2.5 lengths. Going to go to the grass for the first time with the top Z zone. I noticed again when it's all either yeses or nos. That's what we see here. Z zone, she tends to be a major factor. So let's see if that proves to be true today. Case Hit, speed, first time Lasix, most upside in a 3rd career start. The only question is this one's going to try grass for the first time too. Sir Rocket, 3 of his last 4 workouts would do, and I think he's one of the best characters in all those Marvel movies in Guardians of the Galaxy. So, Terry, you put your grandkids in there. I put Marvel characters in there. And then finally, Traveling Show. That was my next pick that got scratched into the spot, Terry. But you do look, he does grade out pretty well in the simulation odds, grades out pretty highly in the top total pace, Mr. Terry, and he's one of the few horses that indeed does have a solid par plus score. 2 races to go, race number 7 and 8. I always feel like when we do 8 races, we're stealing, but this is the beginning of the late daily double, so maybe we can steal a double. I do think this is your best bet of the day, Terry, as well. So
it is.
Let's talk about what your best bet is running for before we talk about who is your best bet.
All right. Well, it's 6 furlongs, optional claiming race, $100,000 claiming price if you elect to put your horse in there to be claimed possibly. Purse is $84,000. It's for California bred owner fund for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won $21,000 twice, other than a maiden claiming their starter or state bred, or which have never won 3 races, or which have not won $65,000 since September 1st, or claiming price of $100,000.
Yeah, a lot of limitations in there. But for 6 furlongs in race number 7, again, early speed, half of them win gate to wire, small rail bonus for Scary Fast Ride. And if Scary Fast Ride gets a Scary Fast Ride, could add to that 50%. 2 through 7 a discount, 8 and out's the best. So we're looking for rail speed. We're looking for outside speed, Terry, in race number 7.
Yeah, well, you can see there that the 6 and the 5 are very close in their numbers, and they can go head-to-head to the quarter pole.
Yes, you do see that. You see in here, Terry, the 1 horse, Scary Fast Ride, does have a 5-point last race speed figure. Maybe going to consider that horse early on. With all that speed in there, maybe late speed matters. The 2 horse with a late speed edge. Terry, the 1, the 2, and the 4 have hit par. Who's got the best chance to do it today?
Well, it appears to me that the 2 has the best chance today, although all of them show, except for the 5, that they have some kind of a chance. But the 2 is right around almost 67% chance of equaling or exceeding the speed par number for today.
Yeah, the 1 horse is the only one to show improvement across the board. The 2 horse is your only class dropper in there, Terry. This race looks like most of the horses want to be middle forward. Could favor a closer. The 2 horse, surprisingly, showing the most late speed, but wants to be up towards the lead. He might be one of those horses, Terry, that just sits 2nd or 3rd around the track. Is to come around the bend for home, lights up the Jets, takes his way to the finish line first. Is that how you see race number 7?
Well, I like in 7 the 2 horse, as you said, Splendora. She's my pick of the day, and unfortunately, my pick of the day yesterday bombed out. But my second choice won the race and paid $20 some. And I should have followed what I always do, and that's when they have a entry like the 1 and 1A and they scratch one. I usually stay with the one horse they didn't scratch, but the 2 and the 2B were just a little bit better in my mind. So anyway, the entry paid over $20. So anyway, Splendora has finished in the money in 6 races out of 7 career starts, winning 2 of the races. Drops in class today. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Scary Fast Ride, the one won her last race, has the highest last speed rating, and she likes the distance. The 7 Navy Bell is my third choice. Finished. She switches to a high percentage winning trainer, and her early speed running style will help her chances. So this shorter distance today will be good. And she has a bullet workout on July 18th. And then I like the 4 Safa. Finished in the money in 2 races out of her last 4 starts. She won one of those. Drops in class today. Has a high percentage winning trainer and a bullet workout on July 15th. I'm going to bet $40 to win on the number 2. I'm going to bet a $10 exacta 1-2, exacta box 1-2, and then a $10 exacta 2 on top with the 1, 4, 5, 7. That's my $100. There you go.
Yeah, I have Splendora, my top pick too. Simulation favorite, biggest in-race edge. Late speed, 5-point advantage, top total pace, lone class dropper. A lot of reasons to think that one will win. Practical Dream, the 5-horse, long shot in there, Terry. That one has first-time Lasix. It is your probable pace setter, or one of them up in there. I love that combination, so we'll see if that one can prove to be a winner at a price again. Scary Fast Ride, the 1 horse, that one. Top last race speed figure, 5 points. Better across the board. The only horse in the race that we saw that was better 5 ways. There you see it. And then the last pick for me in this race is number 4, Safa. It was a tough call for me over the 3, Udi, but I can't ignore the bullet and go. That last workout at Santa Anita on that 4 horse before he came to the track today, 47. But, it's kind of hard to take a look at this Bob Baffert horse and pass up on him, too, because anytime Baffert throws a horse out, first time Lasix. And you look down here, has a Group 1 win in Argentina. A Group 1 win should translate to an optional claiming, a high allowance race in the United States coming up from Argentina. But we'll see if that indeed is the case. But he's got another horse in this race, too, Bob Baffert. I think it is indeed the 2 horse. Last race of the week for you and me today, Terry, is race number 8 at Del Mar. Again, 6 furlongs.
Yep, and it's a maiden race, $23,000 purse, and it's for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which has started for a claiming price of $12,500 or less.
At 6 furlongs, again, 50% of them go wire to wire, be on the rail, be on the outside. That's where the speed is the maximum impact. Our smart sheets tell us, Terry, that the speed today, there's some on the inside.
Yeah, that's true. If you take a look there, you'll see that the 2 has some good speed, followed by the 6 and the 3. But, everybody in here has some kind of speed, and most of them are pretty close. So I just think it's an anyone's guess who gets that quarter pole first.
Yeah, there's probably, especially in the maiden type race, everybody's going up in class to some degree, a lot of class. Look here, the bunch of these horses not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Most of them want to close. The 12 horse, a lone E, Terry. So if that 12 horse can get to the front, he's in that mix to go out there early on. Outside posts do help. I also see a startling high C-zone.
Yeah, 90.5% on the C-zone. So it means it's going to be very comfortable running in the conditions of this race.
Yes, you see the 11 horse over here making its second start. Its debut was better than the best for everybody but the 4 and the 2, Terry. And in that race, it did show a pretty big late speed advantage, a pretty big total pace advantage of more than 2 lengths, 5-point speed figure edge over everybody else in its debut. So if that horse improves at all in round 2 off the bench, he could be difficult to beat. It's in your picks, but he's not your top choice. Who is?
No, he's not. I like the 3 over Dixie's Delight. She finished second in versus Similar in her last race, and she can go the distance. Lady Lollipop, the 4 is my second choice. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races in the third start off of a layoff. Perfect Life, the 11, ran third in her last race. She has the highest last speed rating, and Lasix is added. Smiling Rapper, the 10, is my third long shot. She ran third in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 22% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden claimant to a maiden race. I really believe this is a very wide open race.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree with you. I don't think it'll be wide open if the 11 does improve in that second start. So it's got the most upside, top last race speed figure, late speed edge, top total pace edge. Dixie's Delight, that one last time out was better with all of its early pace and fractions. And the only horse in the field to make that improvement. 2 solid workouts since then. So the horse continues to be chance to be sharp. Dance Ella Dance crashed and burned, not literally, but figuratively, as the 70-cent favorite in the last start. Checked after being in contention early and then stopped. So coming back today without a check, I hope. And then finally, number 12, Cote Blanc, has some early speed. Could be the lone E, as we saw in our pace setup over here, and versus all others that want to be middle back. And if that one gets out forward with that strong C zone, it might be difficult to run that one down at the end. My picks here, Terry, a 50-cent trifecta box, 2, 3, 11, 12, and then $16 to win on the 11. Usually at this point we go through and talk about, who's won already, but they're not running for a while yet. Here are our picks for the day. The picks over here on the right, and I'll change one here in just a second for me in race number 1, is going to be the 7 horse in the event. There are other scratches to come. So here are all of our picks. These are alternative picks. Make sure you come back and take a look at that. There will be a timestamp everywhere in the description on YouTube. We'll have our picks along with our first scratches over at horseracingtoday.net just a minute when we're done. When you're there, hit that HRT gear button. Come on over here, get yourself some Horse Racing Today gear. Later on tonight, when they're running at Evangeline Downs, there is a link in the description on YouTube to go over and get those free picks. There's also a link to a tip jar in the description on YouTube. Kindly use that, as well as a link to the smart sheets and the explanation so you can use them. You have the whole rest of the day to get ready for the Del Mar meet tonight. Again, next week, Terry and I'll be back. No parks. Looks like Ellis one day, Horseshoe Tuesday, probably Saratoga Wednesday, and then maybe back to Del Mar on Thursday. Hold on. Before we go off to that, Terry, here are all our bets again. Race 1, I have a trifecta box. It's not 1, 2, 5, and 10. It's 2, 3, 5, and 9. So let me just fix that real quick to reflect the scratches. 2, 3, 5, and 9. Our pick fours, Terry, they're good to go, right? There's no additional scratches in any of them?
Yeah, I think they're all right. I don't think that we have a problem.
I'm going to look at something real quick on the screen down here. So if my computer would work right, it would probably make life a lot easier for me, but it doesn't always want to cooperate, unfortunately. I don't know why my screen blacks out all the time. But all right, so race number 2, you have the 1, 2, 4, 5. They look like they're still in racing. 1, 5, 6. Yes. The 1, 2, 5, and 8. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like there are no scratches there. Race number 3. I have a trifecta box. I got that first time starter, 20 to 1. Why not? Put $5 on him to win. Race number 4, 50-cent trifecta box. Race number 5, another pick 4. I think our picks are all good there as well. There's another win bet for me too. Don with the 5 horse, 16 to win on that one. Race number 6, another trifecta box. Race 7, Terry's best bet. Race number 8, another trifecta box and another win bet for me. So some action on every single race today, Terry. All right. That wraps it up for this week. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, before we part for the weekend?
Well, I just hope everybody has a great rest of the day and that they enjoy the weekend coming up and stay safe and get with your loved ones, give them hugs and kisses and tell them how you feel, as long as it's good. And because you never know what's going to happen. Really don't. So
yeah, well, I think we kind of learned that this week, right? I certainly hope that No more Gen X pop icons, friends, family, or anything along that past this weekend. We had enough of that. So definitely rip Ozzy, rip Hulk. We certainly hope that you have found eternity peacefully in your next phase of life. No matter what you're doing in this phase of life, we certainly hope you have God's grace, God's favor. You know, Terry, I really screwed something up today. I deleted the end video. So no matter what you're doing, we certainly hope it ends up in the
winner circle.
Yes. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you. You too. Like Elmer Fudd used to say. Was it Elmer Fudd, Terry, that used to say, "That's all, folks"?
And I think it was Bugs Bunny.
I think they both said it. In any case, that's all, folks, for this week. Here's the version of the end video until I put up another one.